In the heart of the trading world, where charts and numbers reign supreme, a revolutionary technique emerged: axis-aligned circles. This wasn't just another tool, it was a paradigm shift. KT, the enigmatic professional trader, unveiled this method that intertwined time and price into a harmonious dance. By meticulously placing circles aligned with the market's axes, KT demonstrated how these geometric forms could capture the essence of market movements, revealing patterns and rhythms previously hidden from the naked eye. Drawing inspiration from the ancient principles of geometry and the teachings of trading legends like W.D. Gann, KT's approach emphasized the significance of proportion and symmetry. By dividing circles into precise segments, halves, thirds, quarters, and aligning them with key market points, traders could anticipate shifts with uncanny accuracy. This method wasn't about predicting the future, it was about understanding the market's natural order. As KT showcased this technique, traders worldwide realized that with the right measurements and placements, they too could master the markets, transforming from novices to maestros in the grand symphony of trading.
Welcome, traders. So today we are going to quickly look at Wave 59 tool sets. Now this is level 3. Last 2 years we have been building some retail traders to become professional traders. Now we are moving this year into level 3 and beyond, stage by stage. One of the fundamental question is, how can we trust a level? And so at level 3 we are trying to bind the frequencies of price with the structural levels for a given day. As you can see, let's look at this chart on the left side. Today is 429, so we are looking at frequency of 9, 1 and 2 to be pretty active. So you see here, when market tool is placed right here, it hits the frequency of 9. Very nicely at the blue level, and there's also one frequency sitting at 9 and 8 right here. As we know, 9 is same as hidden 8. These are the terminal frequencies of natural laws. Market then came down to 9, went up again and came down to 2, the green level, as you can see. And there's also 2. You can see right here is holding the 2, holding the 2, holding the 2, is bouncing between these levels of 2. Now obviously you have to become a trader. We teach how to become a trader as well, how to leverage this. Alright, all we have to do is drop the tool on Wave 59 and focus on your trading. On the right side, we also have quite a bit of numbers plotting automatically. This is also part of level 3, where we are automatically detecting the structures of the market. We just drop the tool and these numbers are plotted. So there are so many numbers. What do we do and how do we trade these numbers? So if you look here, early morning, we are anticipating 9 and 2 is 11, or 9 minus 2 is 7, and if we add them all together, we are looking at some frequency of 2 or 7 or 9. All right, there won't be any 11s because we compress them into single digital factor. Second part of the equation is, if you, as I said, sum it all together, this is frequency of 6. So 6 and 7, 2 and 9. So I'm looking at these numbers, and I'm looking at these numbers in this grid where there is an overlap between these numbers. So I talked about 9 minus 2 is 7, and if I add them all together is 6. So 7 and 6 is right here. And we posted this on X when market was sitting here. So people can take some advantage of these levels. So you got a free 20-point offer. But why did we place this here? Because if you look as the market is unfolding, uncoiling and coiling and uncoiling, is coiling here and that's generating the energies, and then it's gonna go and do the blaster. More sideways, bigger the ranges. This is why we use circles, which we are here to discuss in the next chart. So again, what are we looking for? 7 and 6. See this 7 and 6. Market came down. It's telling me, it is giving me indication early on before New York opens that market is going to be reacting on 7 and 6. And we saw the proof of this. And then we are looking at 11. So 7 and 4 is 11. It is showing 9 and 2 is showing itself as 7 as 4. It just came here and bounced from there. So when we saw these frequencies are active on the low side, we projected it might go here and reverse on 7 and 6. So here we are, gathered again to discuss the momentum of time and price coming together. The best way to see this is through we love to see through spheres, but we cannot see spheres in 2D, and the trading softwares don't give us 3D or 4D dimensional view. Some of you guys might invest and make it. Until that time, we're gonna just use what we have. So right now we have another tool placed here, which looks like this. These are some level 3 lines again. We're not looking at this, how precisely it is hitting these lines, right? We are trying to do something more, which is fine-tuning the initial parts of the market. We are curve fitting the hits of this. Now if I have to ask you to draw me a circle with this axis right here, the white line, where you will draw it here, you will draw it there. You don't know where the radius or the diameter 2 pi r circumference is. So what are you going to do? Well, you will place this level 3 tool first, and you see by doing that there is a separation of coloring. So we're detecting some moment of tradability right here, and we're placing this tool automatically. Level 3, all tools are just drop it and they're done. Day by day they just auto plot and they do auto calculations. You don't have to do anything. No need to draw, drag and drop. But geometrically we have to have something called hotspots. So I clicked something here and something here. We still are going to curve fit. So the question is, where do we start? Shall I start from here or here or here, or where is my radius, where is my diameter, which is, if you don't know what radius is half the circle. From center going outward is a radius. Diameter is the whole thing in the circle. All right, this is the diameter. So this is plotting the diameter. Half of the diameter is the circle, circumference is right here, and if you know this, you can do 2 pi r. R is this, right? And 2 times pi times r, you get this distance, right? So we're not here for that. We are here for something else. We are here. Where do I place this tool? Measurements are already set up. They're static. You can see they're concentric circles. So what are we going to do? Well, we have to find a hotspot placement. This is where we see the innermost lines, which are colorful lines, innermost lines, red and the green. We are just going to use these two lines, all right? And we're going to travel on this line. first straight, and we are doing this before market opens because we have time that early morning this has happened. So we're going to move this line one side of the end point here. It is axis aligned circle. Second part is going to be moving on. So we'll just pin this here. We have to pin at the start. This vertical point, this is the line, red line, we pin it. Second one is a floating one, and we just gonna move it by dragging it on the second line, just like this. And wait, so I know exactly with this methodology where I'm going to drag. I'm just creating this axis aligned circles, and I stop. Where do I stop? I need to see some hits. And I'm just confirming this, right? I'm saying, okay, this is where the time and price came, right here. I think I like it. It did some reaction nicely. It is reacting to the circles. When it's touching the circle, it came down to the inner circle. It is reacting and is bouncing from the circle. So I see this. Then I wait, and then this is the major event which took place. And we saw that. And now we know our placement is perfect. And now we're going to trade this placement on 7, which is 9 minus 2. We're going to trade this now. When the market opens, it took us down. We took a long here, right? Boom. Right here. And then it went inside the circle and bounced from there. Went to the 9 and the circle coming together, bounced from here into this. Location. So circles are very powerful, as you can just see. And went to this guy and this guy. Now at this point, we have this super level, super astro level, where the star is right here at 6. And this is where we got excited, where all the things were converging for us right here, right? We placed it. So this is how you can take advantage of the geometry overlay on the price. And on the bottom, what do we have? We have our rotational oscillator. When the bottom oscillator penetrates the top yellow line, which is right here, this is the bottom. All things came together. Early morning, same thing. When the oscillator at the bottom gets inside, now this is a 5-minute chart of ES, inside the yellow line, we see a bottom come in. All right, and then we have our typical astro oscillator. So now if you have an overlap going on, we can always, this is, we can just move it like this. So you have to select the tool from the drop down, as I showed you, and use this guy, the horseshoe, and move it up. So whatever is selected here is going to be moving, and then you can get off this, and there it is. So what is going on here is that, hey, this astro energy, this is going to keep plotting, right? These are the turning points, low energy, high energy. We have a lot of these astro things, but for now this is just out of the box. It moves faster. It's right here. Right here is a turn, and right here is a flat thing, right? It's not doing anything, it's just going flat. The only option is using the 369 super oscillator called rotational oscillator, along with the circles, along with the pricing phenomena I just explained. So I hope this helped. Thank you.